Only me. I get up in the middle of the night to do book reviews. Welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina Kairas, Tina. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music. My thumbnails are horrible, my titles are horrible. I just want people to watch my videos. I just read books and I just talk about books. No extra special talent, creativity going on here. And we are on... Oh, shoot. We are on book 18 of the Sebastain St. Cyr series. There's only one more book. And we've been doing a reread, so I hope you've been following me through the whole reread. And I came to this book and I'm like, oh, this is where that came from. Oh, this is where that information came from. Oh. So I did a scroll. It's like, oh, I've done this book already. I did it last year when it first came out. So I'm going to re-release that video. You might have to turn the volume up on the video because I did it with the older computer and the volume was a little low, but it's a really enthusiastic review and I wanted to just reshare it with you and hope that you will watch it because we've done the whole review. We've done the whole series in order. And I just finished a reread, and I didn't really break it down in that video, so I'm going to do it a little bit here before I go to that one, so please watch this whole video. But Sebastain St. Cyr is a viscount, and he likes to solve murders. He works with Bow Street. He works with Lovejoy. And he also has a friend, Paul Gibson, who does the autopsies, who's the coroner. And Alexi is Paul's girlfriend, whatever you call her. She's also a skilled physician, and she's been trying to help Paul kick his opium habit. He's very, very addicted because he was injured in the war. And he's been trying to get her to marry him for weeks, for books now, and she couldn't. And I was telling you, spoiling, that the reason she couldn't marry him was that she assumed she was already married. She's not quite sure if the marriage was legitimate or not. She found out that he was already married to somebody else when he married her, so she's not sure. But she wasn't going to chance it. She wasn't going to chance it. So all that stuff comes to light in this book. So please check out my view. We've also got Hero. And Sebastain is still recovering from the last book when they were in France, investigating the death of his mother in the last book. So he's still recovering for those wounds. And also, we discover that Hero is with child. I always remembered she had another kid. So, and I'm anxious to get to the last book. I have it over there. So I wanted to do a quick reread and refresh myself and bring myself up to date with the book. So I did a reread, and this guy is a really cruel, horrible guy. And he gets killed and he's mutilated, and his death leads to a series of other deaths. And I explain all that in the video. So I will leave that. But also know that Sebastian's relationship with his father is improved. Hero is questioning her father, Jarvis, who is cousin to Charles, George, the king, King George. And her stepmother has just given birth to a son. So he will inherit Jarvis's stuff and not Hero. And Jarvis has always wished he could give it to Hero, but Hero being a female, he couldn't give it to her. And she's a smart young lady. And I love we're seeing more Tom. Tom needs to expand in the series. So I'm anxious to get on to the next book. Wait a second, let me see if I can... So I would appreciate it if you would watch this entire video, turn the volume up if you have to, and I looked at it and it doesn't look very good in the other video, so I'm just gonna show it here. It might show up a little bit better here, but I talk about this map, and the wary men who and the lighting just went. I still haven't figured out how to do that. We have stopped the garbleness though. That's good. But the wary men were people that took the people on the boats for traveling, but the bridges kind of did away with that. But anyway, that was an interesting angle to the mystery too. So I do say in the video that I need to do a reread to catch up. Well, we've just finished the reread and we've caught up. So please watch this video coming up. And please watch the whole thing. Please hit the like and subscribe. I need the I would like to hit 500 by Christmas. Give me a Christmas present. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. Just a little click and you're done. 2 seconds. It really means a whole bunch if you would do that. If you would hit the like and subscribe. And you can hang out with me and Casanova. He's my bud in the video, and also over here in the corner in the video, before I decided, you know what, I need to move that love seat this over here so I can sit in the love seat instead of sitting on the floor. But I spent almost a year and a half sitting on the floor. And so please hit the like and subscribe and enjoy this video of old me. And tune in a couple days for what cannot be said. I'm anxious to get to it now that I've raced through this one. But here we go. Who cries for the lost? It's a shame Sebastain never met his dad over in France. His biological father. Hendon is not his biological father, but Hendon is, I guess you could say, adopted father. But Hendon declared Sebastain his legal heir, so there's no Amanda in this, but we do get a lot of the Dowager Duchess. Love Henrietta. She gives Sebastain some really good on it gossip, is what you say. Have a good one. Who is killing all these people in London? What do they have in common? Will Gibson and Alexei get through their differences? Will he be able to overcome the opium? Hey everybody, welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, Kristina. I just read books, talk books. I have no special effects, no special drop-ins. There's nothing special. It's just me reading, talking books. So today we are doing C.S. Harris, Who Cries for the Lost. And I need to go back and read the rest of the series. I read some of the earlier ones, and but I was trying to write down all the characters. So Sebastain St. Cyr, Viscount Devlin, he likes to work with Bow Street. He's got a relationship with Lovejoy, the guy's name, and he helps him solve murders. And he's got his wife, Hero, and then Paul Gibson is like the coroner, and he's got a girlfriend, Alexei Suavej, however you say that, and she's got some secrets, some serious secrets, and some of them are revealed in this book. And then Hero's father, Lord Jarvis, has got some major secrets. And, just because he's a lord and he's so powerful, he thinks he can get away with all these secrets. So, did I see what? Okay, takes place in 1815, and I like the little, I like the little map. It was good. And I learned about, I know I wrote it down. I don't know where I'll put it. Because I had to look up wary men. They're like, they're guys that row boats. small boats that can carry passengers up and down the Thames, because they didn't have bridges back then, but then they built some bridges. And the warrior were like, hey, you're taking our livelihood away from us. But we know there's tons of bridges now. But so it was where I can't even say it, where we went. So anyway, this guy is found uh, with no head and no hands and no feet. But because of the secret past of Miles Sedgwick with Alexi, Paul Gibson's girlfriend, she is able to identify him. And then a Spanish guy gets killed with no feet and no head. And then a Hamilton Evans gets killed. And then an Andre Termont gets killed. Sybil, two sisters get killed. And a baby is discarded, is just thrown away. And it's a really good book. It's I took tons of notes, but it's really good. It's book 18 in the series. It starts with What Angels Fear, When Gods Die, Why Mermaids Sing, Where Serpents Sleep, What Remains of Heaven, Where Shadows Dance. But Sebastain works a lot with Mr. Lovejoy in this, and I feel Hero's father, he comes off so crooked. He really does. He's got all these big secrets because he's a big hotshot in the government stuff, and then I felt bad for Sebastain because his war injury is hurting him. So, and he gets mugged a couple times. So to find out what happens with that, you have to read the book. To find out what happens with the baby, you'll have to see the book. But I was trying to Wherryman, the guy who rows boats, Jeeper Jones is 58, and he looked like he was 80. So I had to look that up. I found him. And Mr. Sedgwick was having so many affairs, I couldn't keep up with them. They found all these different mistresses. And it was just, I took so many notes, but it's okay. But really, you have to, every time we thought we were making up progress in the story, she threw another murder victim at us. We're like, okay. And Sebastain tried to talk to these people, and they were so busy keeping their secrets that it was their secrets that killed them. So it's a really good book. It's really interesting. It draws you in. They talk about Waterloo in here. If you've read Stephanie Lawrence and the Sinsters all returned, but some of these guys didn't. And what they did to those people that put them on that island that made them starve to death, that was just horrid. It's absolutely horrid. So that part of it is sad. There's a lot of history in here. There's a lot of sadness. They talk about the island quite often, how over 20,000 people died. Not compared to what happened with Hitler, but I mean, those things are just atrocious, absolutely atrocious, that they did this stuff to people and that these idiots had no compassion for these people at all. I don't understand how that could be done. How could you just put people on an island, no shelter, no food, no water, no nothing, and just let them it's just, that is just so cruel. And I can understand the hate, and they want these people punished. And one of the characters also has a background in witchcraft. They like to study witchcraft and the history of witchcraft in England, and how the reason why everybody's heads and feet and hands were cut off because that was a practice in when they would instead of like burning witches at the stake, this was also another way to kill a witch, was to chop off her hands and head and stuff like that. So it's a good story. I felt bad for the author. She can tells you what her life experience was, that she lived through a couple of hurricanes, destroyed her house and all when she was writing this book. So that's why it took a little longer to write, because she had all this stuff going on. So I felt bad for her personally as a person. And I loved all the history that she put in the back of the book, that she tried to be accurate in what happened with Waterloo and stuff. So that's in here too. It's a really good book. It was a good read. I felt bad for a lot of the innocent victims. And the murderer is in your face, and it sometimes when authors write murder mysteries, sometimes the who did it makes a guest appearance every once in a while, and sometimes the guy is constantly in the storyline. This guy was pretty much a constant in the storyline, so you didn't see it coming until the end, when Sebastain finally put all the pieces together. So it was good. It held your attention. It's really good murder mystery. So please check it out, to find out what all these people have in common, because they lay it out at that back in the end of the book. And please hit the like and subscribes. I need the love and support of my subscribers. Please hit the thumbs up. It's really important. And thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good day.